The traditional Latin Mass fosters unity and solidarity among fellow Catholics like nothing I have ever seen. My name is Michael. I'm a husband and father, a lifelong Catholic who started attending the traditional Latin Mass about 5 years ago. But that's enough about me, because it's not about me. That phrase, "it's not about me," struck me immediately upon entering my first traditional Latin Mass. The priest, with his back to me, was speaking a language I didn't understand. I sensed right away that something very important was taking place here, regardless of whether I personally had shown up or not. This detachment from myself and my worldly concerns was actually very joyful and liberating. I think that in our society today, with our online bios and social media profiles and selfies, the concept of "it's not about me" is exactly the antidote that our troubled culture needs at this time. By extension, we could also say that it's not about any one of us, and because of that, it unites us. The traditional Latin Mass is not driven by any particular personality type or political opinion or preference or whim. The rubrics of the Mass reinforce that we are all subject to God and to the divine truths that He has revealed. We all participate in a spirit of awe and reverence. By emphasizing sacrifice and the need for each of us to conform our will to God's will, the traditional Latin Mass fosters unity and solidarity among fellow Catholics like nothing I have ever seen. Ultimately, it's not about you or I, but is instead about pointing us to the eternal, to the transcendent. From the opening prayers at the foot of the altar through the last gospel, the traditional Latin Mass points us through the cross towards heaven. Every prayer, every gesture, every movement is packed with depth and meaning. In these regards, there is literally no other event or forum in our society, either in religion or in the secular culture, that does what the traditional Latin Mass does. I would request that Pope Francis and our church leaders, instead of restricting the traditional Latin Mass, act to preserve and protect and cultivate it as a heritage of our faith. If you've never been to a traditional Latin Mass, I would encourage you to give it a try and attend if you are able. My words here cannot do it justice, so I will leave you with the Latin phrase, res ipsa loquitur, which means the thing speaks for itself. Thank you for listening, and God bless.